I enlisted in the Marine Reserves in 2000 after my freshman year of college. And so I did basic training at Parris Island. I did 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year up until 2003 when my unit, which is Bravo Company 4th Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion, got deployed to first Kuwait and then to Iraq. They called us on a Thursday and they told us to report in by Monday. So it was, very at the drop of a hat, you had to be there and you had to be ready. And that was definitely it was a tough time, even just for a few days, knowing that you're going to have to say goodbye to your family and your friends and take care of all the other administrative things that you have to take care of. I would split up my deployment into two different parts, where the invasion is one of them. The second part would be when we were the quick reaction force. So we did deal with IEDs, and that was just when the insurgency was starting. You're always on point. You always had to be very aware and alert of what you were doing and keep an eye out on things, because you never knew what was going to happen. At certain times, they'd say you have half an hour to pack for you're going to go somewhere for up to a month, and then we have to do it, and you just have to respond. You always have to be alert. You always have to be ready. So, just having a heightened sense of awareness all the time was very taxing. We had gone through the invasion without losing anybody, and then during the time that we were the quick reaction force, they called us up. This is during dinner, and they put us all into a formation. And at that moment, like before they told us anything, we all knew that it got instinct. We knew something had happened. And when they told us that somebody had died, that moment really sticks out in my mind. From what I took from the war and having a friend die was that life is short, that you had to set these goals and you had to meet them. So that's what I did. I came back, I did a lot better in school, and then I pursued a career in finance. And then after that, I knew that what inspired me to make that change, I knew I had to give back to that, and which is how I got involved with Jericho. There are a few things that stood out to me. Mainly, I would say it's their track record, and then it's their model, the way they approach homelessness. And I think the thing that really stood out most was just how they have a faith in people to make a transformation. And I'd made a similar transformation from, like I said, a C student to a straight A student from the war, and that really stood out to me, and that really struck a chord. So I approached them and told them that I wanted to raise money for them in honor of my friend Gregory. I was able to raise a little over $12,000, and the recreational part of the facility was named after Greg. When I came back and I'd raised the funds, and I think probably the biggest thing was the groundbreaking ceremony for the building, and it was very rewarding for me to see like the impact that I made, because I never really thought about what kind of impact that I would make. I just wanted to give back. It was a more personal thing for me, just to give back to what inspired me to kind of change my life. And when I saw Gregory's parents and met them for the first time, it was just a very emotional, rewarding experience, because I didn't know or think that what I did for their son would mean that much to them. So my experience with Jericho, I volunteered with them for a little bit, and I helped their first veteran move into the supportive apartment program. And just being able to see, I think, 4 little girls and a wife and the veteran have a home after a year of living in shelters and having a very unstable life was very rewarding. And this is something that they do on a daily basis. So like knowing that they change lives, but also I think the way that they approach it with their comprehensive approach with the counseling and the vocational training, and then supporting other networks that are going to be able to support veterans, I think that's the best approach to do it.